will you agree to step down for a candidate that the opposition is not coalescing around one candidate? If you all agree that you require a coalition to trump the incumbent. Mr. Owele.
Well, thank you very much, everyone. We welcome you to Port Harcourt, but to go straight to the point, I disagree with you that we need an opposition to defeat the incumbent. Only if the opposition is opposed to the incumbent. There must be ideological differences. We must be a spectrum of people who are different from the people who are there. If you support removal of fuel subsidy, you are not different from the government in power. If you support and live a corrupt lifestyle, you are not different from the government in power. It is the people, the Nigerian people, that will defeat the incumbent, not their friends who do not want to change the old order. The question you also ask is, will I step down for someone if they have better chances? The question is, what do they have chances to do? Is it the chances to continue more of the same or to change the trajectory of Nigeria? I'm not here as a presidential candidate to manage Nigeria's decline. I'm here to change the country for good. If anybody is willing to change the country, I will work with the person. But I will not work with anybody who simply want to replace the old order with an older, even ricketier order. That's my position. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Governor Amaechi.
Well, I bring greetings from former Vice President Atiku, who has directed that I represent him in this conference. Maybe he chose me not only because I'm the vice presidential candidate, but because I'm also a lawyer. Coalition, as it is today, is difficult to achieve. If it is possible, I'm sure that Vice President Atiku will be willing to participate. But the difficulty in it is everybody has ambition. Nobody wants to give up. There are very few politicians who are in love with Nigeria. You can clap as much as you want. There are very few politicians who are in love with Nigeria. What the politicians are doing is just to come in and milk the country dry. I know the question that will come from one of you now will be, were you not one of them? Yes, I'm one of them. It's a quick question, I'm one of them, but when you go out to the streets, as you live here, you will see 2 new primary schools I built. They've been abandoned. The road across was built by me. The road here was built by me, so I'm different. And ADC provides for you a different kind of leadership completely. If you can't perform, please don't vote for us. That's our position. If you can't perform. When we were campaigning, especially me, I say to the world, literally every politician contesting for election, apart from him and some few others, have held one position or the other. So why are you finding it difficult to choose from one? Go and do a referendum on all of us. Look at those who have stolen your money. Don't vote for them. Look at those who are exhibiting their wealth. Don't vote for them. Look at those who have governed states and say, what have they governed? What have they done? So coalition may not be able to work because individual politicians have their ambitions and they don't want to give up. And since they don't want to give up, Nigerians should come together and vote for experience and capacity. That's what I think.
Well, thank you very much. Governor Peter Obi.
Thank you, and thank you for the honor of going to speak to this wonderful audience. Well, when you talk about coalition, the first thing to ask, coalition for what? If the coalition is for good governance, to tackle the issues affecting Nigeria, I agree on it, and I still think it can be achieved. However, when we talk about coalition, we have to first examine people's records, starting from their background, their competency, their capacity, their commitment and character to be able to drive that new process. If we have somebody who I'm convinced will do that work, of course, yes. We're already talking with each other. How do we come together? Today, the most important thing we need here is unity. But that will be unity of purpose. Unity to change Nigeria. unity to ensure that we start doing things the way it is supposed to be.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. Honorable Prince, although the two of you didn't answer the question, if you would step down for any other candidate, if evidence shows that such a candidate is more likely to win.
I'm sure you didn't listen to me very well. I said first that it's difficult to achieve a coalition. So if you don't have a coalition, how do you step down?
Okay.
Then I also said a coalition should be based on performance. And I say to you, there's a referendum, you should do a referendum. We have all served in government. Atiku has served in government. Governor P2B has served in government. I have served in government. All others, apart from he and this. Assess us by our last performance and choose. Don't just go because you are from Ikwere or you're from Omoko and choose your.
Okay.
No, that's why we're running down.
Okay. Yes, Prince.
Thank you. I pay my respect to the Nigerian Bar, the learned sick, your lordships on the bench, and fellow Nigerians. The question you have asked is the most important question for the political class. Because the political class, they are struggling on how one another. And who is going to go next to continue mismanaging the economy? People just want good government. They don't care if the professional politicians succeed or not. They care about why is it that every 4 years we hold elections and nothing changes, and if things change at all, they change for the worse. Now the question you're asking has been brought to us before. The Social Democratic Party, which I represent, has had interaction with the professional politicians. There was a time when they wanted to come with a coalition to come to the SDP. And we had negotiations with them. Okay. And from that interaction and negotiation, we discovered 3 things. One, that they don't care about ideology. They just want to win and figure out later.
Okay.
In the case of the SDP, we are committed to Chapter 2 of the Constitution, Fundamental Objectives and Directive Principle of State Policy. If you don't subscribe to that, you cannot even be a councillor in SDP.
Okay.
And they don't subscribe to that.
Okay.
Secondly, we don't rotate power based on ethnicity and religion, your turn or my turn.
Okay.
We do it based on your understanding of the needs of the country. Thirdly, we do not measure candidates with respect to how much money they have, what they call war chest. So for that reason, we are just going to the Nigerian people to form a coalition with the Nigerian people. If, however, because the professional politicians are also part of the Nigerian people, if they come and subscribe to Chapter 2 of the Constitution and subscribe to the ethics and ethos, we will work with them. Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you very much. So what is clear from this round of interaction is that the chances of having a coalition ahead of the next election should be a forgotten issue, although some of you have expressed the possibilities. But since you have the mic, let's pivot to the discussion on the economy. Now, the most topical conversation in today's Nigeria is the fuel subsidy conversation. Now, I've listened to virtually all of you. Some of you have criticized the policy, how it's been implemented. Some of you welcome it. Last week, the federal government told us that they've saved about 15 billion naira from the subsidies. 10 billion goes to the states and local governments, 5 billion for the trillion to the federal government. My question to you, do you support the removal of fuel subsidy? If the answer is in the affirmative, is there something wrong with the way it's being implemented? And if your answer is no, what other policy options do you propose?
Okay. We are
and you've got 2 minutes. Okay. 2 minutes.
We are back to 4 years ago. 4 years ago, the issue was simple. We said no. We don't believe in the removal of subsidy at all. We said we don't believe. I think Sowore of AAC doesn't believe.
So just to be clear, you don't believe in removal of fuel subsidy?
No, it doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
And we predicted what would happen if you went into it. The rest of them, Governor Peter Obi said he will remove it. Atiku Abubakar of PDP then said he will remove it on day one. He will even sell NNPC together with it, and so on and so forth. We said don't do it. And we predicted everything that will happen, and they happened exactly as we predicted it. Now, so the issue of subsidy should not be discussed again, because if you have a patient that has constipation from not drinking sufficient water, and majority of doctors said that we should cut the appendix, and I said, no, don't cut the appendix. Just tell the patient to drink water regularly. After you have allowed the doctor to cut the appendix, another doctor will come and say, we want to join the appendix back. It cannot be done. You've already cut the appendix. The subsidy, so-called, has already been taken out of the budget. Okay. Subsidy is not the problem. It is the sustainable supply of petroleum products at a reasonable price with a stable exchange rate. That's what you need to deal with.
All right, thank you very much. Governor Peter Obi.
Well, I subscribe and I maintain that you need to remove subsidy. Mismanagement of the proceeds should not be the reason for not removing it. What we should have done is that when we remove subsidy, we would have given the people alternative usage for the subsidy. What we have today is that that removal and the attendant resources being recovered is also being mismanaged and stolen. For example, we have received, according to them, 16 trillion. We will, I said it before, go to my manifesto and say I will remove subsidy. We'll do it in an organized manner, and whatever we recover will be invested appropriately. And I just give you an example because we have no time. Let's say you remove subsidy and you decided number one thing a nation needs to develop is health. And today our health is very poor, our primary health care is very poor, where we are now have more maternal and child issues than countries like India. Assuming, let me use 5%. You said they received 15.8 trillion. So call it about 16 trillion. So 5% of that is just about 800 billion. And if you decide today, our biggest problem is issue of primary health care. If you decide to put primary health care in each ward, just each ward, in each ward, today, it will cost you, from our own studies, an average of 100 million naira for one. We have 8,809 wards. Call it 10,000. I use 100 million naira for each. It will cost you 800 billion.
Okay.
If you decide today, we have issue now with kidney dialysis. We have over 25 million Nigerians have kidney issues. To build a kidney center, you need 200 million. And we need about 1,000 centers when we have less than 200. We need about 5,000 machines when we have less than 800. It costs you 200 million to do a center, and it costs you exactly 10 million to buy one machine. So you need 250 to set up a 5,000 machine center, 1,000 center, and it's only 250 million times 1,000 is 250 billion. You still have 14.7 billion. So it's what you use the money for. That is the problem.
Yeah, but
we will use the money in an organized manner.
But just to stay with
or you save it. If they have saved the money and decide to do like any other country, we would have had $10 billion added to our sovereign wealth fund, which if you add it today, we'll be getting about $10 billion every month, which we can use for a purpose. So don't say because people use the money they're supposed to utilize very well for party, and you say no, we should bring back. What I've said is that people in government have asked Nigerians to fast.
Okay.
They cannot be feasting when Nigerians are fasting.
Yeah, but Governor Peter Obi, the government will tell you, let's stick to with health. They will tell you they've rolled out several health programs. There's the health guards, there's the free cancer treatment. There are several health programs.
I can tell you there's none. I'm going around. I don't believe I physically go around. And I can tell you, we have less than 10 cancer centers in the whole of Nigeria.
Okay, let's come to Governor Amaechi. So your principal issued a statement just a few days ago, and it appears he has deviated from his previous position. Is that true?
I want to address the conference standing. Nigeria is in a state of shock. Poor people are dying every day. The reason why people are dying is that when I tell Nigerian economists that we have no economy, they say it's not true, we have an economy. But an economy that does not provide money in the pocket of Nigerians is not an economy. Any economist who says we are making progress and there is poverty in the pockets of Nigerians must be a very bad economist. Now, let me give you figures. Now, currently, we have 11.8 million vehicles. Industries are not working, so we assume that consumption of the industries are not as much as the vehicles. Where is this subsidy money going to? It's going to the private pockets of your president. I call them Alibaba and the 40 thieves. If anybody goes into office as president and allows you to continue to suffer, the person is a wicked man. It will take us 2-3 years to be able to reverse this economy to a productive economy. Anybody who tells you that is a magician. If he tells you that in 1, 2, 3 years he will turn the economy around, person must be lying. What Vice President Atiku is proposing is not to deviate from removal of subsidy or not. He's saying that in the first 4 years that we take back this office, we will put money in the pockets of Nigerians to be able to buy this fuel. And we're not funding. Can you listen? Can you listen?
Thank you. Please,
can you listen
to him. Thank you.
I'm coming to the how. The how is we will encourage local production. We will only subsidize local production. How is you provide cheap crude for them to refine and sell at a cheap cost. That way individuals will be able to buy fuel. Now, when they are not able to provide subsidy to provide for cheap production, what happens? You are paying more for electricity, you are paying more for transportation. Everything in the economy is running helter-skelter. We will provide you with all the necessary tools for subsidy for only local production to encourage employment, which will create jobs.
Okay.
Whoever says it's not possible should wait and see.
Okay. Thank you very much. Please, I'd like to make a passionate appeal. Those of us who are standing here, we are recording emergency situations. People are collapsing behind. Please, we plead with you, if you can create space so we don't record these emergency situations we're recording Now, thank you very much. Okay, we'll come back to economy. Oh, no, your turn.
Yeah. What's the question?
We're talking fuel subsidy. Where you stand, should we remove fuel subsidy? And if we do, what do we do with the savings? And if your position is no.
If there's anyone who has been consistent about non-removal of fuel subsidy, it has been me. And it took Amaechi and his principal almost 10 years to catch up with me. They have now reversed their position on fuel subsidy. The question about subsidy is, who are you subsidizing? You are subsidizing the elite. You are subsidizing the governors. The only people who are doing well since they removed subsidy are the governors of states. And when they talk about subsidy, they make it sound like they have not removed subsidy before. I was a student in 1989, they removed subsidy. In 1990, they removed subsidy. They said Nigeria will be better. We are in 2026, they are still removing subsidy. They are robbing Peter Obi to pay Bola Tinubu. That is what removal of subsidy is all about. The poor people of this country only benefit from subsidy from petrol, gasoline. There is no subsidy on kerosene. What did they build with it? There's no subsidy on A1 jet fuel. What did they build with it? Please, please, don't let these politicians lie to you. I love one thing that Amaechi said. He said, apart from Sowore and Adebayo, the rest of us have been in government and we have failed. They have no business coming back. Yes. It is, you guys should be apologizing to the Nigerian people. Let me say one more thing.
Stop lying.
Let me say one more thing.
Stop lying, Sowore.
No.
I said, judge us by our achievements.
No, I'm adding failure to it.
Say
yes,
so. Say so, don't put it.
Okay.
One other thing I want to say is that when it comes to subsidy, right, transportation policy is important. We have a former governor of Rivers State here, Amaechi, who built a rail line that went nowhere. If that rail line was working, subsidy would have been working for the people of Rivers State. Okay. I'm not attacking you.
Okay.
But your records are here in Rivers State.
Okay.
And we cannot ignore that those of you who have governed before, who refuse to subsidize your people. Peter Obi did not subsidize education in his state. Lecturers and doctors went on strike for 13 months.
Okay.
You may like him as a person, but he did not perform as a governor. That is the truth.
Okay.
And we can't keep pretending that there's nothing wrong with Nigeria.
Thank you
and
very
those
much.
people who have run Nigeria up to this point.
Thank you very much.
I will not remove subsidy.
Thank you.
Because the poor in Nigeria needs to be subsidized instead of the rich. We are already subsidizing them with waivers. We are subsidizing their lifestyles. They are driving convoys and big stars and air jets.
Thank you.
We have a duty to return power to the people and subsidize the poor. Thank you very much.
I think that we're here to have a conversation. And in this conversation, I would like to implore, because yes, you have a right of reply, but we would not have a productive conversation if we do this back and forth. So please, as much as possible, let's refrain from any form of attack so we can have, a very robust discussion. Now, let's talk about security. You want to reply? Okay, I give you 1 minute to reply. You can turn on the mic.
I know Sowore very well. He knows I know him very well. Playing to the gallery will not make you win the election. You will not win. Now, why Sowore will not win is not you shouting. There are no more than 24,000 lawyers who are here. And there are 93 million voters. So 24,000 should vote for Sowore and see whether he will win. That's not the issue. Let's go to what he said. Who are those from Lagos? There is Lagos Ibadan Railway. Is working or not? In my time, it was working. I don't know what's happening on that Tinubu. There is Abuja Kaduna Rail working or not?
What happened to the one?
Now, where are Rivers lawyers? Please take Sowore around. Where are the Rivers lawyers who are present? Take Sowore around.
Okay.
Sowore, I said I built that road. I built this road. I built this primary school. I built that primary school. Sowore, what is your experience?
All right, Governor.
When politicians are talking, close your mouth.
Yes, you have a right of reply. Yes, you have the floor. You have 1 minute. 1 minute. Thank you very much. Let's listen, please. Let's listen. Thank you.
Let me join others in standing up. Please, mine will not be, I'm not answering, I'm not defending anything. I'm happy that most people from Anambra, some people from Anambra are here. Thank you. Doctors were on strike for 13 months. The only thing doctors have never said is why they went on strike. If anybody, I'm supporting private sector, and we had a disagreement. If the doctors were very effective, in 13 months, there was no mass death. That means something is missing. Because after 13 months, we are still alive.
Okay.
And they were on strike. Today, go to Anambra State. We have the highest number of schools of nursing, midwifery than any other state. We have three teaching hospitals. 3 teaching hospitals, from our own university teaching hospital to Iyenu, to Boromeo, they are teaching hospital today. Because of that decision I took. So it's very simple. If I get into government, anytime, the sections will annoy.
Okay.
If annoying them means that we will do well,
okay,
we will do that.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Now, so let's talk about security and state capacity. And I'll begin with you, Prince. Now, successive governments have made investments in security. Whether it's increasing defense spending or different programs that have been introduced. Today, the Global Terror Index puts Nigeria as the 4th in the world. In other words, Nigeria is the 4th most terrorized country in the world. Now, the 2026 budget puts funding for security at about 5.43 trillion. Cumulatively, over the last 5 years, CJID reports that we've spent over 6 trillion. In fact, recently, we are told that 31 states of the Federation have spent over 252 billion just addressing local crimes and insurgency at the state. What is your take on the state of security, and what alternatives do you have to address the security challenges that Nigeria grapples with?
Thank you. The theme of our own campaign is farewell to insecurity, poverty and insecurity, and they are linked. Now, once you start to interrogate security with respect to what is in the budget, you have 3 problems. What is being put in the budget is not for security. It is for the spending of those who are in government. That's number 1. Number 2, the insecurity in Nigeria.
No, but how do you say it's for people in government? Because we buy arms as a country. Can you substantiate that?
If you have been reading EFCC reports,
yes,
you will see the reports there that shows to you that the money budgeted in the name of security is going to everywhere except security. It's going to buying vehicles, campaign for elections, do prayer in Saudi Arabia, do prayers here, sharing, and EFCC is seizing assets all of the up and down. Both those who are in politics, those who are in government, and those who are in the military. So don't let us pretend that we don't know. We are lawyers here. We are the ones who go to court to prosecute them or defend them and all of that. What I'm letting you know is that the greatest sin of Nigeria is to pretend that we don't know that something is happening that's happening in front of us.
But what do you intend to do to fix the insecurity?
If you let me even lay the problem, where I can fix it.
No, I think we should go to the solutions.
No.
Because we know the problems.
No, you don't. You are misdiagnosing it with your question. The terrorist is your government. The people in government are the terrorists. So how can you say that you want to fight terrorism when the terrorists are in the villa? And the terrorists are running the government. And the terrorists are the one in Zamfara using terrorism to mine gold and use the gold to fund campaign and become chairman of campaign.
Okay.
And you are there, you don't want to recognize that. You don't know that it is those who work in security and those who are in government who are the beneficiary of this kidnapping money.
All right.
You don't know, please. You were entertaining all kind of drama here. Let me put facts clear.
I understand, but
no, don't start with keeping to time. You didn't keep to time earlier. Let us respect the rules.
No, I did.
You did not have counting here.
I did keep
so
to time.
So the point I'm making is this. Let us make it clear.
Yes.
What is clear today, if you want to know the truth? If you remove these politicians who you keep re-electing, they will go away and their terrorist partners will go away. If you keep re-electing them, the terrorists will continue because they and the terrorists are in partnership.
Okay.
And if you are talking of fiscal, okay, in Buhari's government, let me tell you something clearly. In Buhari's government, and some members of that government are here, when they were leaving, in addition to all the stealing, theft, and all of that, they left 33.7 trillion in money they printed without appropriation of National Assembly. And they used all that money to buy dollar at official rate from Emefiele and turned themselves to trillionaires.
Okay.
So, and all of that money, substantial part of it was taken in the name of security. Therefore, in conclusion,
Prince.
Yes, your government is more terroristic than the government of Afghanistan or Sudan. So that is why you are under terrorism.
Yeah, but Prince, since you have the mic, the bigger question, what you're saying, your policy proposal to fix insecurity is to remove the government or those who are in power. Because I've not heard concrete things, concrete actions to address things like farmer herders crisis, like the communal clashes, like there's several security challenges we're grappling with.
Okay, let me tell you. All these are the diversionary things. I go around the country. I know 774 local governments with my 2 feet. There are no harder farmer clashes anywhere. What you have is this. The people who kill the local communities are not herders. I'm a herder myself. I'm closer to 1 million, the number of cattle I have, and I've not killed anybody before. Wow. So what I'm letting you know is that the government of Nigeria has, this thing I'm going to do 3 things.
Yeah.
1, if you govern the mining cadastre properly and identify miners and let miners know that in any territory where you are operating, you are responsible for any killings there, because the killing that is going on in Nigeria is the killing of people trying to displace people from areas where they identify resources. Secondly, the Office of National Security Advisor, as passed by the ONSA Act, I will amend it.
Okay.
Because that is where they were housing all the problems that are now managing insecurity expenditure framework.
I am sorry, I have to cut you.
The last point.
If you can do that in 30 seconds.
The last point. You will need to give Nigerian a people's army. I will reorganize the armed forces, not the empty creation of divisions by President Tinubu, where a whole division is not up to the strength of a brigade. I will create new divisions in that, so that the people of Nigeria in Rivers State here, they will be the one running the armed forces to protect them, as we say in England, in Germany, in many places.
All right.
Those are the things you would do. But if you have terrorists in government,
thank you very much.
Any of these things.
Yeah, thank you very much. Governor Peter Obi, on security and state capacity.
Well, it's a very simple, for me, we have a very serious insecurity problem, which there's a lot of things people can look at. But my own method of looking at it is, first, you need to do a comprehensive overhaul or study of our strategy to security problem today. You need to audit the architecture that is driving that strategy and look at security from human security. So if you're going to deal with the issue of security, you have to do it from two areas. A, you need to look at the issue of poverty. Start tackling poverty and joblessness. The more you put people out of poverty, the more you reduce insecurity. It is a known fact everywhere. Two, when you now do that, you now look at the criminality, some of which my brother has mentioned, and said on issue of your resources, when you start dealing with the issue of corruption or how people take their resources, you again give it a blow. And you need to look at your alignment between your security forces, staff them properly, make sure they are taken care of properly, and support them. With that, you will address insecurity considerably. Also, supporting local vigilantes. I can tell you, as governor in Anambra State, we paid directly from office of the governor for vigilante in each community, but each community pick up and their people, and that was how we were able to manage insecurity, and that you can do nationally. Deal with the local communities. They know those who are criminals among them, but you need to pull people out of poverty. You need to realign your strategy. You need to support communities. You will reduce it drastically. Thank you.
Thank you very much.